Hi, this is Unio from Unio Media. This tutorial shows how to easily install WordPress for those who use Bluehost as their web hosting provider. This tutorial might also apply to those whose web hosts offer cPanel and SimpleScripts as part of their platform. First, navigate to Bluehost.com. In the upper right-hand corner of their homepage, click on the link Control Panel Login. This will bring you to the login page for the control panel. Start by entering the username that was created when you registered with Bluehost. Then enter your password and click the green Login button. This gives you access to your control panel, also referred to as cPanel. This is where you can make changes to your website. Many hosting providers, not just Bluehost, use cPanel. Becoming familiar with cPanel is worthwhile in case you ever need to change your web host or if you are working on a project hosted with another provider. Once in cPanel, there is more than one place where you can start the WordPress install process. We're going to go to the Site Builders section and click on the WordPress icon. This will bring you to the SimpleScripts page. As with cPanel, SimpleScripts is a service found with many hosting providers, not just Bluehost. Since this is probably your first install, you can disregard the Upgrade section of SimpleScripts. Instead, navigate further down the page to the Script List section. Here you will find a great selection of powerful tools to add functionality to your website. Since we are here to install WordPress, click on the WordPress icon, currently listed under Blogs. This will bring you to the Install WordPress page. Once again, SimpleScripts may provide a list of all of your current installs and notifications of pending upgrades and updates. Ignore these and scroll down until you see the Install WordPress section. Click on the green Install button and this will officially begin the process of creating a new version of WordPress on your website. Step 1. Installation Preferences. These options determine where on your website server WordPress gets installed. If you have more than one domain name associated with your account, use the drop-down menu to select which domain name will bring visitors to this installation of WordPress. If you only have one domain name so far with your hosting account, there will only be that one option from which to choose. The empty field to the right of the drop-down menu allows you to set a subfolder as a location for your installation. If you're only going to have one domain name, you can leave this empty. However, if you think there is a possibility of adding more domain names to your hosting account in the future, and most people probably will, you can assign a domain name to that folder here. Putting each domain name and each WordPress installation into its own folder helps keep things more organized on the server that stores your website files. This can be very handy later on and can make moving your WordPress-based website between domain names and hosting providers much easier. For this demonstration, I will name my subfolder WordPress-demo-site. If you are using more than one word for the name, do not use any spaces. It is advisable to use all lowercase letters and no symbols except hyphens, which should be used as breaks between each word. Step 2. Advanced Options. Here you can give your WordPress website its own name or title. This will appear on the home page and will also appear at the top of most browser windows. It should be written in normal everyday language, so in my example, it will be WordPress Demo Site. There are more options in this section, and I do prefer to take advantage of them now. Click on the Click Here to Display link to see what these options are. First is Admin Username. This is the name that you will use to log in to WordPress, giving you the ability to make changes to your site from what is called the dashboard. This username can be anything that you want. However, it is advisable not to use admin as your username because hackers will usually try that first when trying to break into a site. Second is Admin Password. Although a randomly generated password is provided, it may be difficult to memorize. You can also make the password be anything that you want. It is best to use something unique to you and to this site. A mix of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols will help make for a strong, secure password. Third is Admin Email Address. This is used for automated notices that will come from this installation of WordPress. Enter whatever email you feel is appropriate. And finally, make sure that the checkbox for Automatically Create a New Database is selected and displays a check mark. Step 3. Plugins and Themes. This section provides the opportunity to include a few free WordPress-compatible plugins and themes that are provided by your web host, in this case Bluehost. Some of these can be quite useful, but it is entirely up to you whether or not to install them at the same time as WordPress. Since they can be uploaded at any time, I prefer to deselect them now so that my WordPress install is as lean and simple as possible. Step 4. Legal information. As with most services, SimpleScripts has a terms and conditions disclaimer that you should review. If you've done so and everything seems agreeable, click the checkbox next to I have read the terms and conditions. Press the green Complete button and you will be brought to a new page. You will see a rotating icon that lets you know that the installation is in progress. This may take a few minutes to complete. When the process has completed, the status will change to Success. You will now see two links, one to your WordPress website and one to your WordPress login. It is advisable to bookmark these for easy access later. You can do this by right-clicking on the link and saving it to your browser's toolbar. Also make sure to copy and store your username and password someplace safe so you do not forget where they are. Let's take a look at your new site. Click on the link labeled Site URL. There it is, simple, empty, but ready for you to add content. Notice that your URL in your browser's address bar may say something like mydomain.com/subfolder name. This is because you located WordPress in a subfolder. This has an additional benefit besides organizing the files on your web host server. If someone goes to mydomain.com, they will not be able to see your work in progress. This allows you to design and build your site privately unless you send someone the full link. But what happens if you want your WordPress site to be accessible just by going to mydomain.com without having to add /subfolder name as part of the URL? Easy. There is a setting accessible within your WordPress dashboard that allows you to assign your website to be available straight from your root address of mydomain.com. This setting will be covered in another tutorial. Let's navigate to the WordPress login page. Once you are there, enter your username and password. Click the Login button. This is the WordPress dashboard. This is your gateway to making changes, adding content, and building a very powerful and effective website. Just how to do that is covered in our other tutorials and workshops. Congratulations on a successful install of WordPress.